Good morning, everyone. Here with Mr. Jacob Buehrer of the Jacob Buehrer Show. We've got a young person. Let's show everybody how young you are. When everyone thinks that the world is lost and the future is lost, this is why we come here to TPUSA events. Yeah. So, Jacob, you go to Purdue University.
Boiler up. Can you say that for me?
Boiler up.
Who's your suck? That's IU. That's our rival.
Okay, I'm like, I don't know.
Sorry about that. You said boiler up, though, so thank you.
All right, man. I got you. Now, you were sharing with Lord Benjamin, and then you shared with me a little bit about, first of all, you're in an Ivy League school, right? Is Purdue considered Ivy League?
So it's not an Ivy League, but they call it the Ivy League of the Midwest.
Okay, so
because of engineering. Neil Armstrong went there. Drew Brees went there.
Okay.
So
I mean, I've heard of
lots
Purdue.
of astronauts. Yeah.
So here's my deal. If I've heard of the college, it means it's Ivy League to me.
Wow.
I know.
Well, I think it's better educated than an Ivy League school.
Well, that's
because
good.
You don't have a professor that made the same remarks as the Harvard professor.
I mean, hey, let's get into that. Okay.
Yes.
So now, what is it like for you being a young person and out conservative, right? Because you've got a TV show, or you've got a YouTube channel. You've got a media production that you're doing. What is it like to be an open conservative on a college campus these days?
Tough. There's times where I'll be hanging out with people in my dorm room on a Friday night, just playing a card game, of course. Okay. Nothing else.
No drinking.
Yeah,
nothing happening.
But I ask them, where are you from? California, New Jersey, because a lot of people come to Purdue, they pick Purdue over Stanford or Princeton.
Okay.
So we compete against them.
Okay.
And, I had a photo of me and a guy in a Trump hat, and I might have moved it down my desk a little bit farther towards the end because some people are realizing that.
Yeah.
But I bring that up because people are a little bit left-leaning from those areas.
That's true.
You're from Vermont, you mentioned.
Exactly. I happen to know that.
Yep.
A bunch of Jerseyites came up and decided to buy land in Vermont and turn it blue. I'm not bitter about it at all. I'm not bitter.
I should mention that New Jersey almost did go red with governor a couple of weeks ago.
I know. Isn't that
Do you think
amazing?
Trump's going to win New Jersey?
No.
Yeah, I think that's BS. He's going to lose by 10 points.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah.
I think, but that's the thing. Trump said something today that New York is winnable. That's how he's going to lose swing states like Michigan next time. He needs to focus on Michigan.
Yep.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's what there's
and
so
what
many.
State are we in?
We're in
Not the Sunshine
Arizona.
State.
We're in Arizona.
Arizona, yes.
Yep, which is also purple.
And Florida's red.
And so there's so many of these states that have been swing states traditionally that are now feeling like they're actually up for grabs. And for both sides. Like it's like Arizona used to be hardcore red. Some of these places now it's like switching back and forth. The swing states are switching, right? You got Californians moving to Texas.
Yes.
Is California going to go red now? I don't know. It's crazy.
I think California will go red by the year 2040.
You think so?
Because enough of them will move out, and they'll make states like this more liberal.
Yeah, they've dumped out Silicon Valley into Texas.
Let's talk about
Texas.
So
they're turning
Austin.
Texas purple. Oh yeah, don't get me started on that.
What are your thoughts
on Austin? They've lost their ever-loving minds, and when you go to Austin, it doesn't feel like Texas anymore. It feels like Vermont with all the homeless encampments everywhere and how filthy it is. The graffiti. The liberals have absolutely destroyed Central Texas.
So there was homelessness in Vermont. I know the biggest city is 42,000, Burlington.
Yes, that is correct.
See, look how...
You're interviewing me now, Jacob. With the interviewer and interviewer are now interviewing each other on the show. Okay, go ahead.
Back to topic though. Hey,
okay.
I don't think a lot of other guests have been in the show probably know the population of Burlington.
They do not. I'm actually incredibly impressed by you, Jacob.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know more than Bernie Sanders about that. Maybe not that. He was the mayor.
No, Jacob, you probably do know more about Burlington than Bernie Sanders. Trust me, even though I used to see him at the grocery store.
Wow, what was that like?
Oh, God, whenever I see him, like, out on Church Street or in the grocery store. No, this is like, we finally sold our house in Burlington. We said, enough is enough. We're done with you people. They are building a second homeless, okay. There's already a homeless encampment next to the Burlington High School. They had 5 overdoses of junkies outside of the school in the first month.
Wow.
Okay?
And I'm not laughing.
And now they're building a safe injection site on the other side of the high school. And the mayor is actually talking about safe supply. Okay? So we're not just going to provide needles to you as a junkie. We're going to provide you heroin so you don't overdose on fentanyl. Brilliant.
And it's by the way, I guarantee you that money is coming from
my pocket.
Well, but
my pocket.
And sadly, the federal taxes, when they fund projects through Congress, they use your money. So even though you live in Texas, you're probably still paying for it.
Oh, absolutely. Vermont's a receiver state.
So real quick, what was it like seeing Bernie Sanders? Was he just a old...
He's like a normal, he's a curmudgeon. He always looks very unhappy. He kind of is like...
Did people go up to him?
Oh, yeah. People love him. People think he's great.
He'll easily win next year.
Probably. Mostly because... I can't say this. Can I say this? Vermont does not have a very deep bench for the Republican Party. And the Republican Party there, unfortunately, and the Libertarian Party are both incredibly dysfunctional. And so they can't recruit candidates. They don't have any money. Nobody wants to run. And because no one takes us seriously and no one thinks that we actually can win, no one will run. No one will donate money. Because people think it's a lost cause, it actually is a lost cause. Oh, God, Phil Scott is not a Republican. That guy sucks.
One last thing, though. I will say this. They said that the Senate race was going to be closer last time, and the polling was so wrong on that.
You know what? It would have been close if Christina Nolan had been the candidate.
Even though she's liberal.
She's not. They lied about her. They told. Well, okay,
she was endorsed by McConnell.
Here's the deal. Jacob, we should be on your show, not my show. So here's the deal. Christina Nolan is a Republican and she is a conservative. Because she's a lesbian, they tried to smear her as some kind of a left-winger. And unfortunately, she took some advice and started getting advice and support from the rhinos in the party. And that really turned the primary voters off to her. So this is the thing. Like in most states, you have the people who are going to run, who are going to vote in the primary. Okay, these are the diehard Republicans. They're going to show up for the primary. They're going to volunteer. They're going to donate. But that is such a small percentage of the actual electorate. In the Republican primary, only about 13,000 people voted.
Yep.
Over 100,000 people voted in the actual election. So only the diehard Republicans. And because they were lied to about her, because they did not want to implement tactics like incrementalism, because people did not want to accept the fact that, because I was the congressional candidate. So Christina Nolan and I was the congressional candidate, she was the Senate candidate. And we recognize that we are in a liberal state where Planned Parenthood is the #1 political donor. And so we were trying to...
More than moms demand action.
Exactly. So we're trying to, tailor our speech to not totally turn off the crazy... the crazy leftists are already gone, but the majority of Vermonters are independent. So we're trying to walk the line to not alienate those people. And then the hard right Republicans were like, oh, you're liberals, you're rhinos, you're blah, 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 blah. And it's like, what? How about we just not alienate the very people we need to vote for us by calling them names and being rude? And so you got me, Jacob, you got me all talking about the election and all excited.
But that's what's important, though, because I think things like that is what people need to hear about. And then
I didn't lose. Christina Nolan did not lose because of Democrats. I did not lose because of Democrats or because of the media. I lost because of the Republican Party. I did. They're so dysfunctional.
Were you the nominee?
I know a progressive hijacked the Republican primary for Congress.
And he still lost. Right?
And he still lost. But I could go on and on and on about the dysfunction of it, but But again, we're supposed to be talking to you, Jacob.
Yes, accidents happen.
So tell us about being at Purdue.
Ooh.
So when you poke the bear with your fellow students and you show them your picture of Donald Trump, do they freak out? Do their heads explode? Do they spin around? Does their head spin around, spitting out green pea soup?
I tell them that we're here to do other things tonight, and in college that works pretty well. So.
I like it. All right.
Other
That's
things
good.
like engineering drawings, right? Because I go to Purdue University, home of the Boilermakers.
I like it. So why
Maybe
did you
not at
start...
11 o'clock on a Friday, though.
So why did you start your show? Why did you start your channel?
You know, you're going to laugh. Actually, you probably won't laugh. I got fired from a club I started for a mistake.
No, you didn't.
But
no, you didn't.
I ended up becoming a podcaster, and I've since interviewed coaches who have won national titles.
Okay.
A former vice president named Dan Quayle, who lives about 10 miles from here.
Shut up.
Yeah.
All right.
Who remembers Dan Quayle?
I know you said. Well, hey, I'm a little bit older than you, son. Okay.
Michael Dukakis even came on. Speaking of the East Coast.
All right.
Joe
okay.
Lieberman.
All right. All right.
Todd Young, who is from the state of Indiana.
So you're not just interviewing conservatives. You're interviewing people, Democrats. You're
Musicians
not
too.
discriminating.
Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back. Who's heard of that song?
Who hasn't heard of that song?
Maybe Snoop Dogg's next in line. I don't know.
Oh, hey, he's like, didn't he quit smoking weed or something?
No.
Didn't he have like a
He
come
made
to
a joke
Jesus
about
moment?
that. He made a joke about it.
Oh.
It was about some box that came through the mail that said something like that, and he posted it, and everybody got confused. He posted a photo of himself smoking 3 blunts.
Oh, boo. Never mind.
I know.
Okay, but maybe Snoop Dogg next. Okay.
Probably
Okay.
not, though. I want to be clear. I've not
All
been
right.
in touch with
hey,
his team.
you never know.
But Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Hey, we're going to tag him in this video. We're going to be like, yo, Snoop Dogg, holler at your boy over here.
Speaking of conservative ones,
Yeah.
Lee Greenwood.
Lee Greenwood. Who's Lee Greenwood?
God bless America.
Okay.
I'm proud to be an American.
Oh.
And Pat Boone, who's from a long time ago.
Yeah.
He's the Roseanne Barr of conservatism, but for music, where Pat Boone is the conservative for singing.
I love it. I love it. I think it's
some
fabulous.
conservatives, famous Hollywood people.
All right, fantastic, Jacob. All right, so now share with everybody where they can find you on the socials. Do you got a website?
Yes. Well,
share with our viewers.
First off, I want everybody to check out whenever I share this. Generally Irritable, because we're all irritable when we talk about politics. Mm-hmm. That's my thought when I saw this. Isn't that your thought every day?
All the time. I got to pray to the Lord Jesus to give me peace and calm and not want to punch people out.
By the way, this logo's fabulous. So,
thank you.
She got it custom designed, which tells you that's passion with a show, so that's huge. But people can find my show at the Jacob Buehrer Show on Spotify or YouTube. I prefer YouTube because when I see a higher subscriber count, people see that publicly, and I'm more likely to then, when famous people check out my show, they're more likely to come on and they see more subscribers on YouTube.
Of course.
On Spotify, all that's secret. But if you don't have YouTube, you're welcome to subscribe on a different show.
Okay. All right.
On a different platform like Apple or Spotify.
All right. So Jacob, say your name and spell it for the audience as well, so they can make sure to find you.
THE space JACOB
Jacob
space BUEHRER space SHOW.
All right.
What does that spell?
The Jacob Buehrer Show.
Buehrer Show.
Buehrer.
Say it one more time.
The Jacob Buehrer Show. Woo! Hey.
And can we just say USA one last time?
Okay, USA.
USA.
USA. USA. USA.
See, I told you I'd be a good interview.
I like it.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic, Jacob. Thank you very much.
Appreciate
you taking the time today.
God bless.